Hey everyone, for all you guys that have been wondering where I've been for the past 2 weeks, I'm very sorry, YouTube guys. It was because I did put a plan on my blog site, which is linked to a couple of my other alternative ways of reaching me, which is my Twitter, Facebook, and my DeviantArt. So I'm sorry for you guys on YouTube who are probably wondering what's been up. So after deliberating and thinking, I have decided of what's going to be. So this is video of plan. So now with plan, this is the thing. We're going to try and keep all videos between 10 and 15 minutes. I don't want to go too longer than 15 because then I may lose some of you guys, and 15 minutes is kind of where a lot of people want to just watch, learn, and then go do something else. So that's where we're going to do that. I'm still going to stick with 2D concept art of characters and creatures and 3D modeling. I'll be using, of course, still Photoshop and also ZBrush as of now. When it comes to the concept, we're going to do it more of a tutorial step by step of how I do it. You guys can follow along. I would love to see your ideas of some of the characters I've done, or if while you're following along and you have a different idea of how this character should look, I would love to see them. Please, if you do that, show it to me, and I would love you guys forever, basically, because I like to see how other people come up with ideas of what I've done or said. So that's where that's going to be. And in case you guys are wondering what's going in the background, these are a couple of the images I've done before, and I'm trying to make them look better over time. So that's where that's going to be, and that's why those are filtering through. These aren't everything, but this is just a few of the befores I've done things and afters, no particular order. So, as I said, we're going to try and keep it between 10-15 minutes, and we're going to start with the newest thing that I'm going to be doing. Now, the newest concept art that we'll be working on that we're going to start this week is Miya. Miya is a character that I came up with for a book that I am writing. So this is what you gotta do when you work on your art. Anything you're gonna do in art world, you automatically have to think of the 5 W's and the H. That's always how it is. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. You want to know, okay, or some people call it the 6 W's because there's a W in how, but I'm going to say 5 W's and H. So what you got to do is figure out, like I have right here, is a list of what you're going to do. So as I said, character name is Miya. So we have Miya as our character, and she's actually a vampire dragon. And as I said, I'm writing a book about her, so I won't go too far into detail of who she is. And just what you need to know is when you do work on your image, what they are, as I said, the 5 W's and H. So here's our what? Our vampire dragon is what she is, and she is very skinny. Not very buff, so she's not going to have like very toned muscles, and even with the type of armor I'll say in a second, she'll be wearing, it won't really show definition of biceps, triceps, abs, things like that. Especially when it comes to armor, that kind of covers that up anyways, so you don't really see it. So that's the two things right there, our skinny and our type. She's going to have short hair, but it's going to be wild. So like a lot of anime characters you may have seen out there that has very spiky hair that's everywhere, or like the 3D model that you probably saw with my hairless Wrath, his hair is kind of wild, and it's just kind of like that. There's no rhyme or reason of the direction it goes, and even if you put a ton of gel, it's not going to change. So that's basically kind of what it is. So we got that, and so that's the wild and short. And just like in Star Wars, as you have seen, their little Jedi's apprentices, or those learning to become Jedi, all have a little braid just behind their ear. and she has that, but not as thin. So it's going to be a little bit thicker braid that she keeps on that side. Even in the book, I am not sure which side I have the braid on yet. So while we're sketching this out, I can finalize where I want that braid. Also, you need to know of armor. Like I said earlier, a little second ago, is that if it's a skinny person, the armor has to be able to fit on them. Is it going to be baggy? Is it going to be heavy? For Maya's case, everything but the pants kind of fit tightly on her. The pants are a little bit baggy because she wants to keep it that way, and the reasoning for that is she has a lot of pockets to hold mini daggers, or as some people call throwing knives, food, anything like that, a map, stuff like that when you're traveling will be in those pockets. So that's where her armor would be. And then the type of weapon, she doesn't carry a giant sword, she uses daggers. And daggers can be short and long, and it's mainly for short to medium range. I'm not going to have it for, no, she doesn't have any long range. Medium range is normally where swords come into play. And so hers is in between short to medium, and she does carry more than one on her at times. So that's where I said daggers can be that. Maya doesn't wear any shoes. Now, if I wanted to later on have her put on shoes, it's more of the sandals type or those leather boots, or tracking boots a lot of people would draw for their characters. So that's what Maya would have for shoes if she was wearing shoes, but most of the time she's barefoot. So in this concept, she won't be wearing shoes at all. Now for pointed not ears, is what I mean is it's not very long ears like elves would have. They're kind of short, and when I show you the references in a moment, I have one of the references showing the type of ears I'm looking at of wanting for Maya, and so that's what it would be for her. And then always eyes. Depending on the direction you're having the character look, that has to be where that comes into play. So if you're having the character having their head look right but their eyes looking left, the eyes may either be sad or in thought, so you gotta have that. And for Maya, she has the sad but eyes on her, but always has a smile, and it kind of deceives a lot of people, so that's where that comes in. Now, there's a thing called references, and you can do a lot of things for references, and this is where the next step comes into what you need to do. With references, and in case you guys are wondering where my arrow is, I have a second screen, so I am looking at that for things. So here are the references that I have that I'm mainly using for posing for Maya. So these are the three references that I have, and when I did say a moment ago of skinny and how she looks, for Maya, I don't want anything like this, because this looks more seductive, more, oh, I'm tired, look at me, kind of sexiness, and that is not what Maya is. Maya is kind of like the tomboy type person, so this is if you want kind of like a, sexy look, or you can even use the pose if you wanted, but change the way the head looks later if you wanted to, but for Maya, this wouldn't be used. So I'm using these three as my reference. You could Google your references, look at real models, have a friend or family member pose for you, and you can use that as well. I have my Google, of course, and I have one of those little mannequins you buy at this art store, and use that to pose and figure out where your shoulders are, hips, all that stuff, so it lines up. Now for Maya, the reason I'm using some of these two I just found on Google, just typing in Dragon Age, and the other one I typed in blacksmith, so this is what I found. And this is Alex and Greer. I found this on DeviantArt. I was looking at concept and ideas of how I want to position Maya, and this actually looked pretty cool, plus the lighting. I will put Alexin's information in the tab if you guys want to check out her stuff, because she does have a lot more images that you probably use as references to pose your characters, and that's basically what I'm doing. I do like where the lighting is, and of course the type of pouches that this character is wearing, so that's what that is. So as I said, I have the screen, so I'll move these off to the side really quick here. And so that's the next step. You need to know positioning, and the best way to do this is sketch it out. You gotta sketch out what you want, how you want to look it. And for me, I did a couple right now. I did this one a little bit ago, and I was just like, I don't know if I like this position. And in this position, you could see that it was kind of like a little bit like the wolf looking off to the side, but I didn't really like it. And I was just like, just seems off. So, and plus, how I have the legs, it looks like it wants to go to the bathroom. And that's kind of no-no. The other one I have is kind of like this one, which is almost the same pose as the one of Alexin Greer's image, that she has one hand up, one hand down. But I'm not sure if I want to do that one or not. Still trying to figure that out. So that's another way you can sketch it out. And there's no detail. That's the thing you need to work on at the beginning. It's just how you want things to look as of now. So you want pose first. And then the last one I came up with was this one, which kind of matches the Dragon Age image of looking off like this. But I changed the way the foot is a little bit. So we have that. So here's our 3 ideas, but what I like the most is more so this one. So I may do that, and we're coming close to the time. So when you're doing this, what you want to do is always I make a new layer every time, and I try to figure out which position I want to do. But there's actually, I kind of like taking this one, and I'll select it. I'm gonna Control C, and on layer 7, and you'll see what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna actually do this, and instead of having the arm up, actually have the arm hang. So it'd be more like so. So I gotta fix. So that's more of how the body will be. So it's more like so instead. So it's kind of like that. Or actually, I might do. Take the same image, but instead. Let me select this here, and what I'll do is have the arm actually come like so. So that's what I'll have for that. So this is where a dagger would be, or so forth. Or maybe I'll switch it and flip it around. I'm not quite sure yet, but those are the ideas that I have for Maya's position, and that's pretty much what you want to do, and kind of think it over, make it not position of like one thing of Aaron Blanche. I will say this at the last bit is he does this thing that reminds you that math is used in art, and it's the less than and greater, so you're either looking stage right or stage left, so depending on the body, that's how you will have it set up. So I will put a link for Aaron Blanche so you guys can check him out to see what it is, and also for the Alexin images for references, or always just use Google. And I hope you guys continue to enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next week.